we play tonight, like later tonight, and then right after we play, we have like a couple of hours to get our stuff together, and we go back to Paris, and from there fly to Moscow. We have a show in Moscow tomorrow. My name is Martin. I play guitar for Terror.
Okay, thank you. So, how are you doing today? So no to jet lag or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're all pretty messed up from the jet lag. Like, I'm coming from LA, so it's like 6 hours to New York, and then from New York to Paris, you know. And so we got here last night, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep at like 4 p.m. and slept till 2 a.m. this morning, and then I've been up since then, since 2 in the morning. So I'm out of my mind right now. But you know, I can't complain. This is. I'm too excited to be here to like really care about sleeping or whatever. So
Daniel helps you too.
Yeah, this helps.
And so, what do you think about this festival? Is it a place that you like to play in big festival?
Oh yeah, definitely. For me, it's like perfect because I get to play with so many bands that I would never ever have the chance to play with, and see so many bands that I wouldn't have a chance to see like normally. So, and then you just meet people you would never meet, hang out with, you know, and just like have fun. And it's just like, this is like the coolest thing in the world for me. It's like, we're so lucky we get to play like tiny shows from anything to like a basement to this, you know, being on this massive stage, you know, tens of thousands of people, whatever. So it's just cool.
So in this fest, there is some band that you want to can to see on stage.
Oh yeah. Last night I was supposed to come here and see Mayhem play, but I wasn't able to make it. And then today I'm gonna see 1349, and I'm not sure who else is playing today. Comeback Kid, Converge. We're gonna miss the Bad Brains.
Scorpions.
Scorpion. I don't know if I would love to see them. I don't know if we're gonna get the chance to. Like, I don't really know too much about Scorpions. That was never really my kind of music. But I would love to watch them, to be able to say I watched Scorpions. But tomorrow I'm missing like a lot of bands that I wanted to see. Shooter and Ghost I wanted to see, and. Yeah, there was someone else I can't remember. A lot of metal bands that like I'm into that we would never have the opportunity to play with. And
yesterday night they have from Morbid Angel. Possessed.
Yeah. A lot of good metal bands.
Kill band.
They're
playing today.
Yes.
So here in France we have a great hardcore scene. It's really interesting and diversified. Do you know some hardcore band from France? Bands like Kickback, maybe?
Kickback, hell yeah. I love Kickback.
Everybody knows Kickback.
Yeah. I know that over here in Europe, they're kind of like controversial. Like a lot of people don't really necessarily like them, but most people I know in the U.S. really love the band. You know, like they're so good. And the singer, we met with him in Thailand. We played in Thailand maybe a few months ago, and he's living there. And so he came to the show. We had a day off, and he took us out in the town. And like, I don't know if you like read his lyrics and know what he's all about. Everything that dude talks about is like so real. Like he is like just completely crazy. Like he showed us some stuff that I don't really even want to talk about like on camera. Like he's crazy.
I was doing an interview with him 2 years ago. He was very interesting and very smart guy.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely like really intelligent
about movies, music, and everything.
We have a like very similar music taste, and so like when we found out that we listened to a lot of the same stuff, like we had like some pretty deep conversations about it. So yeah.
How was you?
Well, everybody agrees about your last album. Very pure fucking album, and
thank you.
It sounds, I would say, after several months, what's your opinion about it? We have a bit. What do you think about it?
For me, I mean, like, I haven't been in the band since the very beginning. I've been playing with Terror for like almost 6 years now, I think. So I used to see Terror play before I was ever in the band, you know. So I can look at the band from a outsider, you know, whereas some of the other dudes have just always been in the band. And you know, it's kind of weird when someone asks you, hey, do you like your own band? You know, everyone likes their own band, obviously, but I've been on both sides, so I can say that like from what I know of Terror and what I've always loved, like this most recent record is the best 100%, like by far. Like it's so good, and everything about it is so cool to me. And like everyone had, it's like the first time in the world, first time in the band's history that like everyone in the band had input on everything that was happening. You know, it's like there was times before where some dudes kind of like were too busy with other stuff or whatever and didn't really give input on writing the record. So with this record, like everyone, we all got together, everything was written together, and like we had opinions on the art, from everything, like the artwork and like, you know, how we marketed it or whatever, you know, like everything was done by us, like as a band together. So it's like,
but in France with the previous, the Day in the Shame, it was a bit congested in the fans. What was the difference of state of mind in the band between the previous and the last one?
Yeah.
Did you change something? Did you want it to change something?
Yeah, I mean, that like I said, pretty much everything, like the whole process of making the record was different. Like at that time period, like we had dudes, like one dude who got married and who's not in the band anymore because he's married and has a kid now and stuff. So it's like he wasn't, you know, giving his input like he could, you know. So it was like, and then another guy who was kind of like in between, like moving and not sure if he still wanted to play music, who he's not in the band anymore. So it's like, you just don't want, not everyone is putting into it. It shows, you know. So on this record, it's just like everyone is so focused on it and likes it so much that it shows. And we all love playing the songs live and stuff. And I feel like if you're someone at the show coming to see the band and the band's up there really excited to play these songs, you're gonna feel it and get just as excited about it, you know. So it's like, this is awesome, man. Like for real. I can't say enough good stuff about it. It's weird to say that, like, but you gotta like your own band, and like I'm proud of it. You know, I'm very proud of it. And I think it's a great record, and I'm excited.
Yeah, you should.
Excited to play these songs, and I mean, you know, we've noticed that when we play these new songs, people love it. You know, and they receive it well, and it's just like, there's nothing better than that. Nothing better. It's a good feeling.
I saw the band a few months in Paris in a very small venue.
Yeah.
Some weeks after the releasing of Keeper of the Faith, it was one of the best shows of the year that it was very, very great.
Paris has always been like for us to come here and play, so like it's incredible. It's always been, like,
there was no boundaries between the band. And everybody was on stage dive, and fucking great.
I feel that. Yeah.
It's said in FS under the same condition. What you don't prefer to play in a small venue like in Paris? It's really different and the same. It's not the same context with the
yeah, totally. I mean, I would say that I prefer playing a small place because that's what I've always grown up, you know, around that. I never really went to like concerts, like rock concerts where it's like big. I grew up going to punk shows, hardcore shows, so that's what I know and I love. And there's no other energy in the world that'll match a show in a small room with no barricade where everyone's just crazy. But then at the same time, being in a band, like, and you tour all the time and you play all these small places everywhere, it's like, yeah, you love it, but to get the opportunity to do something like this is like a whole nother world. And it's like, I love it just as much, but just on a different like wavelength, you know. It's so cool to like, especially when you get up there and like something like this where it's such a mix of people and you can spot in the crowd the people who are used to coming to your club shows and they're just like going crazy and like enjoying it still. They're not like mad that you're playing a big stage, you know. They like appreciate it, and like, and it's cool to show people who aren't used to that, like our kind of music. You know, like there might be like a metalhead or something like that who never listened to hardcore before in his life, and then he sees what happens at that show and he's just like, wow, like that was crazy. I've never seen anything like that, you know. And then, you know, so I would say technically I do prefer playing a small stage, but I cannot complain at all doing like a big festival like this. It's great.
Since a few albums you're signed on Century Media. Big, not big, but big label.
Yeah. And, big for me, like it's crazy. It's crazy, like to be on Century Media.
Of course, then it's big. Like,
yeah.
And how does the collaboration take place? What is it with them? How the works take place?
How do what?
The collaboration with this label.
Oh, how did it, like how did we hook up with it? It was just like at the time when we were looking for a new label. we had recorded some new songs like on a demo at our drummer's house. He has a studio, and we just like sent the demo to like different labels, and a lot of labels got back to us. A lot of metal labels too, which is kind of like, it was kind of weird for us, but Century Media was the ones that were like, they seemed to just be the most excited about the band. Like they really like were into it. It wasn't like, to me it seemed like they weren't just doing it just because like they wanted to make like some money or anything, because we're not going to make anyone any money, you know. So it was like they were just like pumped on us as a band and like wanted to work with us. So it just like worked out perfect, and we met all of them, and like we've been in Europe so much, and they have such a strong presence in Europe, and it just like, we knew all these people, and it just worked out really. I have friends that work at the label in Los Angeles, and like, yeah, it's just like everything was like right, you know. And now more than ever, it's like it's perfect. Like with this last record, like they've done.
And you're totally free when you want to record something. You're free.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah, like they. It's really cool because Reaper Records, who's like our good friend, that's his label in the United States. He's originally from Germany, but he lives in the U.S. And they let him put out all our vinyl. So like we're signed to Century Media, and they put our CDs out and whatever, but we're free to do whatever we want with the vinyl release. So it's like, it's really cool. We get to do like both things, you know, and like we represent Reaper Records just as much as we represent Century Media. So it's like, it's awesome. They're great. They put out some of the best records of all time too. Even hardcore records people don't even realize, you know, like Marauder's been on the label, you know, Chromax and stuff has been on there. So I love Century Media, 100%.
How do you think the pure fan of terror, what do you think they can think about this new collaboration with Century Media? You don't think that some old school fan can see, oh, it's big label,
yeah, probably. I mean,
money, no?
Yeah, they said that.
I don't know. No one's ever said anything to me personally, but like, when you're in a band, you just have to get used to that. Like, no matter what you do, it does not matter what you do. It can be the best move in the world. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like it and says something about it. So being in a band that's gonna last, if you don't get over that, you're just gonna be miserable all the time, because you're gonna hear about this person said that, and they're talking shit about you on this message board, and blah blah blah. And it's just like, if you can't see past that, you're just gonna like lose your mind. And I would be pissed off all the time, because no matter what we do, people are gonna say some, you know, some bad stuff about it. So just gotta focus on the good things that people say, you know. It's like, and I mean, like, if someone does think that, it's like, just come to the show and like see us play live, and know that just because we put out a record on a different label, it doesn't change us one bit. Like we're still the people that we've always been. I'm still a hardcore kid. I go to hardcore shows, and like, no matter, you know, what shirt I wear, or like what metal band I'm listening to, or whatever, it's still, hardcore is like my everything.